Hi, I'm Jordan Pickford, Everton FC. You're watching Uncut on Premier League YouTube.
In by Fred Cavani! Top stop, Jordan Pickford.
The first one is from M. Joshi, and they've said, at what age did you know that you were going to be a professional goalkeeper, and did your parents support it?
I was at Sunderland since I was 7, so I didn't think I was going to be professional then, but I think maybe 16-year-old I was like training with the first team at Sunderland, so I had a feeling then, like a little sniff of it really. Then my mum and dad always supported me and put a lot of time and effort into me going to the academy when I was a very young age, so that's all I've ever really known.
At what point do you know that you're a good goalkeeper? Because obviously you play in the park or at school. Yeah. Was there a specific point where you're like, I'm better at this than most people?
Obviously when I was at Sunderland there's some top academies up there, so I was always that academy player at school really, so I was always like the better one really. The point of it I don't know really, when I knew I was really good. I just kind of just played on the streets still. At school, played outfield, so it was just like...
Just go with it,
Just go with it, really, and if I become a footballer, I'll become a footballer.
Yeah. Was there any other path for you?
It was just football.
Yeah.
Like I say, being at Sunderland since 7, 8-year-old, I was constant going to the academy 2 or 3 times a week, and at school I wasn't very good, so it was more football based.
Okay, so next one is from Iron Bridge, and they've said, how do you prepare yourself when you know you're going to face a penalty?
Luka Milivojevic on the hour, and the trailing leg of Pickford saves the day for Everton.
I do my research. I do the same process every time about saving a penalty, and just hopefully I go the right way of what the lad thinks. But there's certain tricks in the trade, really, different individual penalty takers, and I've got to be ready for who I'm facing it against.
Yeah.
Once I have a feeling, I don't tend to change my way, and I don't tend to beat myself up if I go that way and he goes the other. It's just like, if I go that way and I save it, then I've done my job.
Okay. The next question, I think, links to this one a little bit. It's from Luke Bashar, and they've said, who is the hardest striker that you've come up against?
I was talking about this the other day. I always say Harry Kane. He's a top striker, finisher.
Here's Harry Kane getting in. Oh, Kane, that is so delicate.
In my time, I think, even when I was at Sunderland, Jermaine Defoe, like in training, his finishing was unbelievable.
It's Defoe! What a goal!
There's that much talent out there now with the ability of scoring goals.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's up there at the minute.
Didn't you say with Harry that whenever you save one of his shots, you celebrate?
Pretty much, yeah, because it's ridiculous. You think he's going to go one way and he just reverse it the other way. That's good for goalkeepers because when I'm with England as well, you're facing the best in the country.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, next one is from Luisito Gomez, and they've said, who do you think is the most iconic goalkeeper in the Premier League? Could be current, could be past.
For me, growing up, I would go past it was probably Peter Schmeichel, really, because I think that era of goalkeeper, I think he kind of changed it.
Yeah. What about current Premier League?
I always liked the game. He's been in Man United for the last 10 years, and watching his pathway through Man United and building as a top goalkeeper, I'd always see the game.
Definitely. Okay, and the final one is from John G. What has been your favourite Premier League moment as an Everton player so far?
It was probably beating Liverpool away last year. I think as a club itself, we haven't beat them away for so long, and it was a nice feeling to finally have the opportunity to beat them away.
Yeah.
To get the result for Everton was massive.
Everton's Merseyside derby woe is finally over. They've come to Anfield and they've won for the first time since 1999. A run of 23 winless derbies is over.
So we're going to start with goalkeeper. You can pick yourself, I would say, but make it more interesting, we'll pick someone else.
I was going to pick myself. I'll let you play outfield, 5-a-side.
You can.
No,
I'll let you.
I'll change it up. I'll say De Gea. Good with his feet, makes some top saves as well, so I'll go De Gea and go.
Right, next is a defender.
Kyle Walker, strong, fast, and got that. When he hits his shots, he's got a bullet strike, so I think in 5-a-side pitch, I think he'll be hard to beat.
Okay, midfielder.
I'm going to go English, Man City, Phil Foden.
Gabriel Jesus and Phil Foden. That is a super finish.
It's just unbelievable. The ball at his feet, he'll just glide past players and just slot at bottom corner.
So you've got Kyle Walker and Foden so far.
Yeah.
From City. Right, let's go striker then.
I'll change it up, striker. I'd go Ronaldo. I'd say he's a go to my pick, so to be able to pick him in a 5-a-side field would be decent.
How does it feel now he's in the Premier League? Obviously, you're in goal, having to go up against him.
When I was growing up as a young lad, he was at United and he moved, so I never had the opportunity to play against him. You know, we played him the other week and drew 1-1. He was on the bench, came on, but see, I kept a clean sheet against Ronaldo, so I was happy.
Yeah, one for the bucket list anyway.
Okay. He didn't play a full 90, but he played part of the game.
Yeah, it's good enough. Okay, the last one is a wild card, so they could be any position.
Can't he'd be all over the pitch. He's all over the pitch on the 11 side, so imagine what he's going to be like 5 side.
Yeah.
And I think, to be fair, this season he scored a few goals as well, so Kanté, I'll put Kanté.
I like that. Strong team.
Yeah,
and you'll be on the pitch as well, I reckon.
Yeah, or I might put myself midfield as well.
Yeah, why not?
Have a few shots.
João Cancelo's 87 Team of the Week item does come with 86 pace. He's going to be great to get forward and get back in defence. We want to apply an anchor chemistry style to increase that pace even more, the defensive stats, and also increase that physical. Kurt Zouma's 84 rated Team of the Week item has 70 pace, 85 defending, and a whopping 88 physical. He's an absolute tower in defense and very difficult to get past. A shadow chemistry style here to increase that pace and the defensive stats even more. Benjamin White is going to partner Kurt Zouma in defense. He does have an 81 Team of the Week item with 75 pace, 83 defending, and 82 physical. We want to apply an anchor chemistry style here. That way we can increase the pace, the defending, and those physical stats. Matthias Norman's 81 rated Team of the Week item does come with 84 physical. With medium attacking work rates and high defensive work rates, we want to apply a shadow chemistry style to give him the boost in the pace department and increase those defensive stats. As always, if you have any further questions with regards to the Premier League Team of the Week, be sure to pop them down below in the comment section and I'll get back to you.
So the first one is your debut for Everton versus Stoke City.
A big move for me personally, to move away from Sunderland, move away from home, and I went as a fan to watch Sunderland play Everton, so I know the atmosphere and the passion the fans have. Yeah, I think we were 1-0 up. Wazza scored early in the first half, and I think that was one of the last kicks of the game.
Shaqiri! Brilliant save from Pickford!
Just to have that feeling of keeping a clean sheet on your debut. I wouldn't say it was like a match-winning save, it was a more of a comfortable one, but it was that nice feeling to keep a clean sheet on your debut, it was nice.
Definitely. Okay, so the next is your save versus Huddersfield Town away.
Hangs it in the air! Oh, what a save, Pickford! Top class!
Looking at it as a goalkeeping point of view, it was ball hung up back post, so I had to move my feet quickly to get and readjust, then just take me momentum with me body down to the save. So as a goalkeeper, that's probably an easier save to make than if it was the other side, if it went to me left, because all your momentum's actually shifting that way, so it was a decent save.
So the next is your save versus Chelsea away.
I think this looked like Mason Mount shot, didn't it?
What a save!
It looked like I've saved it with my hands, but I actually saved it with my knee, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
That's just one of them where, as a goalkeeper, just keep the ball out the net, no matter how you save it. If it's any part of your body, if it's hit straight in the head, just as long as it keeps out the net, really. But similar to the Huddersfield one, where you just turn and react.
As a goalkeeper, maybe for young goalkeepers that are aspiring to maybe one day play in the Premier League, how do you prepare for that? Like, how do you make sure that everything is on point?
Just doing the basics right. I think when you're a younger keeper, you do a lot of feet with a lot of movements of coordination over like ladders and hurdles and stuff. Yeah. I don't think you do it as much as a professional, but when you're younger, just getting that balance and coordination right. So we did a lot of that when I was a kid, and just putting that into practice into a goal, and just don't get your feet muddled up and fall over, basically.
Okay, so the next one is your save against Manchester United.
Big slabhead there.
Maguire, in came Mata. This is Bruno Fernandes! Igalo! Oh, what a stop! Jordan Pickford, high fives, touches the air. That is worth a goal.
Yeah, I was quite passionate of the save that, really. I think I made a mistake in the goal that scored in the first half and kind of redeemed myself, really. And this was like, I was set, but it was like a weird shot off Fernandes. So I was just scrambling through it.
And we see your passion there. This is the one thing I wanted to ask you is, obviously we see a lot whenever you've saved, or particularly in like high pressing matches, you're there and you just have so much passion. Yeah,
I hate the ball going in the net, and just have that passionate save. It just shows how much I care about keeping the ball out of the net as well. And I think it's a part of me really more than anything.
Definitely. We've got Southgate in the audience there.
He's smiling now.
I think he winked at you. Did he wink at you? So the final one is your save versus Liverpool away.
It's got to be against Hendo, yeah.
Hoisted back in by Alexander-Arnold, cleared by Godfrey, back by Henderson! And Pickford got across.
The Sunderland connection. Jordan Pickford has produced an absolute tremendous save.
Yeah, it was a good save from Hendo. He doesn't score many Hendo, even when he was with England, so I think he's already run away, thinking it's in the back of the net. So I think it's a very good save. And Vaughan, we spoke about it earlier, keeping a clean sheet at Anfield was good.
Yeah. So if we could rank them 1 to 5 then, what was your favourite save out of those?
Yeah, I think that's up there. I think that's like early on in the game as well, so just getting that early feel and making probably as a worldie early on in the game, so that set me up for the whole game.
Yeah.
So that one, number 1. I think the Huddersfield one's a good save.
Yeah.
Number 2 for Huddersfield. Number 3, I'd say the Stoke one at home, because it was my debut and that feeling of keeping a clean sheet, even though it wasn't a top worldie save. Number 4, the double save against United. Technically, it wasn't a great double save, but it was just getting in the way of the ball.
Yeah.
Then number 5 was against Chelsea, because in a one where it wasn't a great save, it was just good feet, good movement, and hit with my knee, so I can't really claim that as a top save.
Right, so to close out, I just want us to get a quick fire tip from you. For any young goalkeepers, what is your one piece of advice that you would give to them?
Be brave and enjoy it. Bravery is probably the biggest one as a goalkeeper in a young age, because it is different because the ball's actually coming at you for a lot of pace, so you've just got to be brave and just get in the way of the ball.
Yeah, I suppose it's because you've got the whole pitch in front of you as well. All of the players in front of you. It could be quite intimidating, I think.
Yeah, especially when you're a young kid as well. And young lads these days, like even 6, 7-year-old, they've got good technique with the ball and they can hit it hard, so yeah, bravery.
When you make a mistake, how do you get up from that? Especially in a really high pressure situation, an important match. If you make a mistake, how do you learn from that and move on?
We're all human and you're never perfect, so you're never going to have a perfect game every game. So if you do make a mistake, it's about the next action. So if it's a goal kick or if it's a save or come for a cross as a goalkeeper, making sure you do that action right.